And like I said, I had multiple questions about prison, so
Yeah.
I gotta get back
Come
into it. I wrote a bunch down. So day-to-day routine. Okay, how often you talk to your friends. What kind of friends did you make on the inside? Because there was always rumors and articles coming out that you were like best friends with Billy McFarland. And we were like, oh my God, are they planning something together? So who were your actual friends there?
I really didn't have many friends in there, but I made friends with the people that sort of ran things in there and that sort of also ran the kitchen. So I was able to get extra salad and extra protein and food for my diet, which my ultimate goal was to come out of prison and reveal the grand reopening of the situation.
Yeah, which you did.
Yes. So, but Billy McFarland, I didn't really talk to him too much. He was actually very shy, very reserved, and he sort of like did his own thing. And we may have played against each other in softball or basketball, but he sort of stayed to himself. I might have seen him in passing, and that's the most of what it was. Michael Cohen, on the other hand, which was the president's lawyer or quote unquote the fixer, he actually sat next to me when we ate lunch and dinner every day, so I had more conversations with him, which was pretty wild. He wasn't the biggest fan of the Trump administrations.
Interesting.
But he did say that he believed that Trump was going to be reelected, so
who knew you would be like spending time in prison having these, political conversations that are obviously extremely timely right now. But you guys, so clearly you had a lot of time with everybody else. Like there was a lot of super successful people in there, to be honest with you. I'm talking like, very successful, lawyers and accountants and people in the business world, like people that like practically almost owned banks, like, like people like that in there. So it was a very interesting situation to hear their story and to see what they were going through and meet the families. And it was very interesting, to go through that.
And it's so not what you think or what you see in the movies.
Right. Yeah, that's what we expect.
Yeah, and I was so
we're thinking like Orange is the New Black, but obviously that's female, but it's so different.
But I have to say, from visiting him every week, it's all you see in there is family, because it's the people that are with you at the lowest, hardest point in your life. So you just see moms and grandmas and kids and babies, and it's just people being surrounded by their loved ones, at least what I would see in the visiting room. So
the first day,
it's different.
The first day that Michael Cohen came into prison, I had this bright idea. I was like, because I'm trying to be on a diet. And I wanted to have him smuggle some chicken for me out of the kitchen because I need protein to get fit. And I figured that he wouldn't mind. It's his first day. He's trying to make friends.
Get in with the circle.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's cool. I was in there a couple months already. Everybody knew me. I was like, all right, this is my chance to get some more chicken. And so I went up to him and I was like, listen, Mike. I'm like, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, Mike? I met you before on Dancing with the Stars or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, I need you to do a favor for me. I was like, I'm going to need you to go onto Mainline. Mainline is the line for food, and then there's also a kosher line. Because he was, Jewish, he would go to the kosher line. But because it was his first day, I figured that no one would notice if he went onto the main line. So I told him, I said, listen, can you smuggle some chicken for me? I said, on Thursday. So give it to me. I'm going to hide it in my locker. And he said, yeah, sure, Mike, anything for you. Thursday comes around and I'm looking and there's Michael Cohen's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, dude, am I going to have to go see this guy now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's my chicken? And it just so happened that, I say it's funny, it's like the punchline, but Michael Cohen was chicken on chicken day because he ended up not showing up. I went up to him later on in the evening. I'm like, yo, Mike, man, dude, like what happened to my chicken? I was excited about this.
Where the fuck's my chicken?
Where's my chicken, bro? And then he goes, Mike, man, they're on to us. And I was like, oh, word? I was like, all right, I'm like, abort mission.
Sorry.
I was like, damn. I was like, the warden knows about this. Like, all right, like maybe it was a bad idea trying to have two high-profile inmates trying to smuggle chicken out of the kitchen. But it didn't even work out. Eventually, like I said, I made friends with the people in the kitchen, and they ended up sneaking me out chicken and salad like throughout my whole term of 8 months, but that was my bright idea to when Michael Cohen his first day in prison. Which was
that's hilarious because it's like
So
the
funny.
little things, right? Because if this was real life, you're trying to get away with other shit, but in prison, you're like, okay, the best we can do here is smuggle chicken, so I'm going to need you to smuggle that chicken.
Yes, people were trying to smuggle protein and pre-workout. That was the main thing. You saw drugs here and there, but it was rare.
Yeah.
It was mainly they were trying to smuggle protein out the back, or any way possible, and pre-workout. And a lot of the times guys got caught a lot, and they'd just be like, have to go to solitary confinement. And also there was one time that Billy McFarland, I believe, was caught with some sort of recording device, and they threw his ass in solitary confinement.
That doesn't shock me. I'm not shocked by that. It makes sense.
I could see him doing some risky behavior. Yeah.
So then I heard they sent him to another prison or whatever. That's something you don't want to do. In a federal prison, you want to sort of walk the fine line, do what you're supposed to and stay out of trouble, or else then you get sent to like the bad places, which no one wants to go to those ones.
Because where you were, it sounds like obviously it's not a comfortable situation by all means. You're trying to smuggle chicken. Like you don't have enough chicken to eat.
Yes.
But I feel like it can get way worse than where you were.
Yes. Where I was, like I said, it was all non-violent offenders.
Yeah, so there were no cells.
It was
I was going to say, were you afraid at all of anybody?
Well, no. It wasn't that you were afraid. It was just the fact that if you got into a fight, and they called it shooting the fair one behind the gym. That's what they'd say. They're like, yo, you want to shoot the fair one, cuz? And if you did, and if you were caught, they would throw you in the real prison. At the same time, I never saw anyone shooting the fair one. I think it's a funny phrase, shooting the fair one. I guess it's called you can catch these hands.
Right.
Free smoke.
Same thing.
Free smoke.
Yeah.
But that was it. If you were caught fighting, you were, reprimanded. And like I said, everyone that was in there was non-violent offenders. You had bankers and politicians, and it was sort of similar to a like Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable because the food was not good. Your mattress was not very comfortable, and you shared a bathroom with 100 savages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
God,
So you know what I'm saying? Like
the bathrooms here are
the
gross. I
bathroom
can't even
situation.
imagine the bathrooms there, like in prison.
Dude, you'd walk in and the bathroom sometimes you're like, oh damn, somebody shit on the floor. Oh shit. Yes. I didn't want to say it.
No, I mean,
But look at Lauren's face.
But it happens. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I walk in there and be like, oh, somebody shit on the floor.
And then what are you supposed to do about it? Because then you walk out, people think you shit on the floor.
Yes, no, I'm like super positive. So like I'd come out and make a joke like, dog, like you got to go in the bathroom, man. Like, check that out. Like, what I'm saying? It's happening right now. It is happening. Go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's why the guys really liked me, because I had a good sense of humor and I was very positive.
I think he helped with their time to go faster.
Yeah, tell me about the people would write my wife letters and say how
really
and like thank him for being in there, for helping like them to be positive, and just showing them like another way to do their time instead of sulking, staring at a wall,
staying positive, and
and they were
awesome.
And the people that were in there for 8 months, they watched his weight transformation.
Yeah,
he went in at 220,
came
pretty
out,
happy and jolly, and he came out 180 shredded. And they watched him every day. They could have been working alongside him or whatever, but they saw it happen. They saw what you could do with that time.
And what bothers us sometimes, and I don't really address the haters ever, but sometimes people like, you're on steroids. I'm like, bro, I'm on freaking probation. I get tested every other week for illegal substances.
Yeah.
Like, I'm flattered you think I'm on steroids.
And they test for that. They send it
You know what I'm saying? They send it out. So,
to the lab.
I'm flattered and all.
Exactly.
But,
take it as a compliment.
Yeah,
like, I'm so ripped, people think I'm on steroids.
Yeah, but we still got a situation 10 years later, kid.
Yeah.